Hello everyone and welcome back to Feed the Beast. We are still playing the Unleashed pack, but something is new, something has changed, and that thing is I've got a new computer, and this is my first video on that computer. I'm really excited. Tomorrow, I want to make this as a note for my channel. Adventure Timecraft is returning. The texture pack should be updated. I've been reassured that it would be by the pack creator, so that's going to be awesome. We're going to get to that real quick. But before that happens, I do want to do an episode of Feed the Beast and show off some of the stuff that I've been working on. And I've been doing a lot, and it looks a lot nicer now that I've got my setup that I want. So let's actually check this out. So I did some renovating, put in some walls, put in some glass. I haven't done anything back here yet. I think I want to extend this. Oh, fell in the water. I've got a portal back here I want to be able to access, so I may put some kind of back door. Man, I can't really get over here, can I? Yeah, some kind of back door. I don't know what I'm going to do exactly. And yeah, there's that. So actually, let me make sure we get this out of the way. Because this is a new computer, I'm testing my audio setting and how everything sounds and looks, and I want feedback if you guys can give it. That'd be awesome. It's not, totally necessary, but definitely if something seems amiss or something seems good, let me know so that I can either continue doing that or stop doing that. And yeah, so anyways, yeah, built the base up. I'm using quarried stone, or quarried blocks, which is right here. These cool guys. They're pretty neat, and that's obviously what this is made out of too. This is just the brick form where you put them in and you get the fitted quarried stone, which looks really nice. And then just some regular stone brick and this clear oh crap, I forgot about that. Let's actually put that in right now. Clear glass is made using some Tinker's Construct things, which is something we'll talk about today. Oh, one short, of course. Let's see if we've got any in here. Oh, there it is. Yep, just need one. It's a little bit nicer than regular glass. It's got a more clear look to it. Going by the name, it's more clear, so you can see through it, which is nice because I want to be able to look around this really cool biome that I'm in. So before you get totally flustered and confused and you're yelling at your TV being like, why are you flying? If you haven't played Feed the Beast before, maybe you don't know this, but there is in fact a jetpack. So the electric jetpack is an item from Industrial Craft, and you can equip it as a piece of armor, and you can use it to fly. Pretty simple. It runs on EU, and you've got to recharge it. And it holds about 30,000 EU, and then you just stick it in some sort of generator or some sort of power supply, and you can refill the battery. But of course that requires energy, so you've got to have energy to do it. And I've set myself up with some lava energy, which I kind of said I wouldn't do, but then I decided to do so anyways, because I got lazy. I don't want to mess with it. Let's dump a couple things in here. This is actually the quarried, like, half slabs, and I think I'm going to use this for pathways, because it looks really nice. Now, I want to say another thing, that I actually recorded, like, 10 minutes into an episode, talking about all this stuff already. And then I went back to look at the video, and the audio wasn't there. Actually, that's not true. There was video, but then it wouldn't play the audio. Or there was audio and it wouldn't play the video. And then I changed it, and then it was video, but I couldn't get the audio, and then I had to... Yeah, it was a mess. And that's just because I'm on a new computer, so my settings are different. And then I've been struggling to get my mic quality up. It's actually not been full. It's been interesting. But anyways, let's look at some things here. With Industrial Craft in mind, I've got some stuff. We're going to look at that later, not this episode. There's a lot to talk about with Industrial Craft and Greg Tech. Basically, I just have an extractor, a geothermal generator, and a plate bending machine. And then we've got the test rack. So if you're unfamiliar with that, that's part of the thermal expansion mod, which is all these machines right here, plus this cable. And then we've got the magmatic engine, and then we've got the redstone energy cell. This is all thermal expansion, and we're gonna have to go to sleep here. Well, you can only sleep at night. You can only sleep at night. So basically, those are all thermal expansion things. So, like I said, you know, the pulverizer... Oh, I don't want to do that. The pulverizer, the powered furnace... Oh, the liquid transposer, the induction smelter, and then these tesseracts. So the energy tesseracts and the liquid tesseracts and the item tesseracts, they're the three tesseract types that are out there, and they transmit certain things, basically whatever they're called. So an energy tesseract transmits energy, and it does so wirelessly and between worlds, so even through the nether. And that's actually what this thing's doing. This is sending lava from the nether to this magmatic engine, which is turning that lava into energy, and it's pumping this redstone energy cell full of it, which just stores energy. That's all it really does. Nothing too fancy there. And it's being used right now to power my ME system permanently. I'm not turning it on and off, I'm just leaving it on. And it's powering these guys when I need them. It's also powering this little contraption over here, or pair of contraptions. These are two MFR blocks, so you can see here's the energy tesseract that they're getting power from. So this is called the harvester, and down below, this is called the planter, as you can see in the name. The planter and the harvester work together to create a farm, which is pretty obvious, or should be. Get some more wood. Wood is hard to come by in GregTech, simply because it makes you use up more. So like if I put a log in here, I only get the 2 planks, and then if I use planks, I only get 2 sticks, so I'm getting half of what I normally would. So having a machine that plants the saplings, and then having a machine that harvests them is really helpful. And those are, again, running off my power supply that I'm getting from the nether, which we can go hang out in right now. Check this out. So down here, this is my endothermic pump, and this is an extra utilities item. Basically, I've shown this off before actually in an earlier video, but that was a while back. So basically what it does is it takes all the lava that's in its range, and then it sucks it up, turns that lava into stone, and then pumps it to whatever's next to it. So in this case, it's pumping it to the magmatic engine. The magmatic engine is sending power. So you do have to supply this with power. The good thing is that the magmatic engine runs off of lava and nothing else, so you just gotta turn it on and let it go, and it infinitely feeds back into itself. And then, of course, it sends anything extra through the liquid tesseract, and that goes to our base, where we have another magmatic engine, another one of these guys, powering our machines that we need. So everything works out in the end. This was an experiment that didn't go right. So all you need to know, really, if this is going over your head, is that I'm sucking up lava, turning it into energy, and that's how I'm powering things. So lava power is probably the easiest way to go in the early game. It's really simple. It's just pretty easy to get up. Once you get some thermal expansion stuff set up, going lava is your best bet. It'll give you the biggest bang for your buck in the early game. You can set it up way before you get involved in industrial craft, which is a good thing in my opinion. So the next thing we need to look at is what I said we would talk about this episode, which is Tinker's Construct. So Tinker's Construct is a mod that lets you make a lot of cool things, and we'll pop open this guy. These are all Tinker's Construct blocks and items. Everything except for, I think, the facades. And everything, I think everything up from here, from this line down here, is Tinker's Construct. So we want to look at a lot of things. Monster spawner, link book spawner, open peripheral. Okay. Anyways, you know what? Maybe it's not set up right anymore. Let me make sure this is set up correctly. So one thing you can do with NEI is you can set it to only show items from certain mods. So if I double click Tinker's Construct here, it's gonna only show me mods from Tinker's Construct. There we go. Okay, yeah. So everything above. Oh no, this is it. Okay, cool. So this is everything in here. When you start any world, you're gonna have a book with you. If you start a world in Unleashed, you're gonna have a book, and it's called Materials and You. And it's gonna talk about how to get started with Tinker's Construct. It's gonna talk a little bit about some of the stuff in here, and some of the recipes. It's gonna show them in the book. Once you make some basic blocks for this, you're gonna get a second book. Wherever that is. I don't even know where that is. And then a third book following that. And these two are Materials and You Part 2, essentially. So you got Materials and You, and then Mighty Smelting. So Materials and You is the first book you get, and then you get these two. And really, Mighty Smelting is the first one you're going to want to get. And like I said, for the most part, you get these automatically as you're passing through the mod. So a lot of this mod is built around creating things. So armor tools and, well, mostly tools that have certain attributes. And we can give our tools certain attributes and then repair them and give them bonuses, that sort of thing. We can make them out of a lot of materials too. Plus we can make a lot of different tools. So for instance, I have a longsword. And the longsword has a right-click lunge effect. So if you hold the trigger down, you lunge, kind of like jumping forward. And if you hit an enemy while you're in the air like that, you deal a lot of damage and a lot of knockback too. So it's pretty cool. It's like a cool way to dish out a lot of damage. And then I've got a pick that has a couple of attributes on that as well. It's got Reinforced 2, so it's about as durable. Really, it's only about as durable as a a stone pick, but it's got auto repair. So that means while I'm in the sun, it will repair itself. It'll repair itself when I'm not in the sun, but it's a lot slower. So if I come out of the sun, this pick will automatically repair itself, so it can never break. I've got some haste on it so that it mines a little bit faster, and then yeah, that's about it. I think it's got open slots for more modifiers if I wanted to put them on there. Yeah, I've got 2 modifiers. Which I might do at some point. And this can mine anything in the game. It's better than a diamond pickaxe, basically. So, and then I've got this guy, and this one also has sharpness, I believe, and then it's got reinforced and auto repair. So this one also repairs itself over time, so it never runs out. As long as I don't overuse it, it won't wear out. Well, that was cool. Never even thought of doing that. That's a cool way to pull that off. I'm just using the lunge, and then I'm quickly hitting this, or I'm hitting the jetpack, and then I'm doing the lunge, and it sends you flying pretty far. That's cool. So to make these guys, we got to do a couple of things. And first of all, once you get the materials in you, you're gonna just want to like look through that and look at some of the recipes. Basically, all you need are these couple of tables. The stencil table, the part builder, and the tool station. You don't need the improved tool station unless you want to make other things, but right away you won't want that anyways. Then maybe a pattern chest. So if you want to really look into Tinker's Construct, I would suggest watching Direwolf20's video. He's got a really good mod spotlight, and honestly, if you're not subscribed to him, you definitely should if you're at all into Feed the Beast. Direwolf20 makes pretty much the best videos out there, simply because he does a great job at explaining things, and he does so many mod spotlights. It's just great. And that's why he has a mod pack named after him. So, this thing itself is the smeltery. The smeltery is really important because it's how you get your tools. And we can make all sorts of tools out of paper if we want to, which is kind of an awesome thing to do. So if we grab some paper, we can come over here, and we can create really any sort of material we want out of this. So if I want to create maybe like a tool rod, or can I do this? I don't think I can do this. No, because it's not a wooden. It's not wooden. I could make tool bindings though. And sword blades. So how about a sword blade pattern and then some of this. So we can create a paper sword blade, which may seem not very good, but there's actually a reason to do this. The sun's going down again. And that actually deals with the second book, not this book, Materials in You. So like I said, to create any kind of material, you're going to want to use some sort of stencil or a cast. You need one or the other, stencil or cast. To use a stencil, you can put it right in the part builder, put your material, whatever it happens to be. It can be anything from cactus to, like I said, paper, or I think wood you can use, it's stone, obsidian you can use. So a lot of different ways to do that. If you're going to use a cast, that's for metals, so things like iron, things like cobalt, some of the specific metals to Tinker's Construct. And basically you're going to put them in here, and it's going to melt them. And once it's melted, it's going to show up in here. And guess what happens once you do that? Yep, this. All you do is you press the nozzle, it'll drop onto this guy, and then it will create the part you need. And that's again with a cast. So if I want to create, oh, get back here, tool rods, all I've got to do is put my material in here, it'll melt it down, and then I flip this and it pours in and it gives me a tool rod. So I need to make all these parts. The reason being is that once I have these parts, I'm going to go to this, and then I'm going to put a pickaxe head, a tool binding, and a handle in here, and then I'm going to get a pick. And it's going to have all the traits of the materials that I created using the casts and the stencils. So use the casts, use the stencils, whichever combination thereof, the different materials you want, and then you make your tool, which is, you know, not too hard. To create casts and stencils, you just put them in the stencil table, the wooden. You put like a blank stencil in here, which is really easy. Basically, just put some wood in. Oh, I forgot I need to make two, don't I? Because I'm playing with Greg Tech. And then you create a blank pattern. You come over here, you put the blank pattern in the stencil table, and then you hit next pattern, and then see how it shows up with the pick head. You can pick any pattern you want. Now, to make the cast, it's a little bit different, and I didn't know this at first, so I will mention it now, just in case you try this and you're like, don't understand what's going on. I'll just pick a hammerhead pattern, doesn't matter. To make a cast, in the past you used to be able to put a blank cast into the stencil table and then stencil it. That is no longer possible. To make a cast, you need to put a specific part, say this, and then pour either gold or aluminum over it. So you'll put some gold, you'll put like 2 gold ingots in here, smelt them down, and then you'll tap this, and it'll fill this up, and it'll create a sword blade cast. So this guy right here. So that's how you do that. I just want to point that out because that confused me for a long time. That's how you make the cast. And then once you have that, it's really easy. Then you just stick whatever materials you want in here. It melts them down. You flip the switch, and then it pours into here. Again, the books tell you basically how to make the thing. Like in this text right here, this tells you how to make this smeltery. And it's really not that difficult. In fact, I was kind of surprised at how easy it was because I wasn't expecting it to be. That's how I made this pickaxe. That's how I made the sword. And I wanted to just point that out because I have all this cool stuff now. And I don't want to be like, oh, I have it. Let me not tell you how I got it in the first place. Because that wouldn't be cool. So that's it. Basically for Tinker's Construct. I will be messing with this in the future. There's some stuff I want to make. I'll try to do it on camera so I can show a better view of how to do it. But in the meantime, you might want to mess around with this mod. It's pretty cool. Now, if you're wondering what this is, these you might know. This is obviously a redstone engine. It's a basic way to apply energy to something. This is a wooden transport pipe. These are both buildcraft objects. This is the extra utilities redstone timer. It just sends out a constant redstone pulse. over a set period of time. It's not, I don't think you can modulate it at all. But anyways, I just use this, and what it does is it trips this guy. So it pours into here, and then when this is solidified, it gets transported along this pipe into the chest. I was using this to mass produce these glass pieces here because it was kind of a pain. I would have to come over here, flip the nozzle, fill up the casting basin, and then wait for it to cool, and then pick it up and then put it in the chest. And I had to stay here the whole time. After I get this set up, you just go in here, you fill it up with your 9 glass, it smelts, and it does all that for you. So it's all automatic. If you want to copy the setup, that's cool. You know, it's maybe not the most efficient thing ever, but hey, it works. So I'm happy with that. Speaking of other things we can do, let's think about this for a minute. My next goal is to make a room for GregTech things, because I think it's time to start going GregTech, or we can look into going with a different power source. Eventually, I'd like to get to the quarry, all the big build that I need to do. Oh, I'm gonna reset this actually. Mod. Okay. The next big build we need is for the quarry. And actually, this might be really small. I didn't think about that. Oh well. The quarry requires steel, requires gold, it requires diamonds, and most importantly, it requires titanium. The quarry is the best drilling item in the game as far as I'm concerned, in terms of being accessible early, you know, in the mid game, and then being something that you'll want to continue to exploit as you go on. The downside of the quarry is that it's very tough to build. You do need to go way down the GregTech line. If you were playing FTB Unleashed by itself on its standard, the quarry is extremely easy to make. At the point that I'm at now, I can make it no problem, and it would cost me nothing. I could power it easily. But because I have GregTech on, it makes it a lot more difficult. There's a lot of steps I have to go through to get to it, and I want to make a room that specifically is for that. That's going to apply all of my power, or that's going to make all my stuff happen, all the magic happen. Because I need to go down the GregTech tech tree. These geothermal generator, you know, this is going to be very, very much improved as I move down the road. I'm going to probably need thermal generators soon enough. The next machine I need is the assembler. But that's more down the road. Let's go check up on our turtle buddy, because I think he's doing stuff down here. I've been doing a lot of digging. I don't know what's up with my turtle. He's behaving rather irregularly lately. Lately. I can't speak today. Yeah, I don't really know what's up with this guy. Check this guy out. Let's just set him over here. I've been trying to think of ways to write a program for it, but nothing's really come to mind. So I still use the tunnel command, just tunnel 45, fill it up with 7, 8, 9 coal. It usually finds enough coal to make it through, and then it just kind of does its thing. Yeah, I think it's because I'm going to the Nether, because I was logging in, logging off really quick. And then it's not working anymore. But this will be a thing of the past once I get my quarry up. The problem is actually getting to the quarry isn't easy. In fact, I'd say it's probably one of the more difficult things to make, because generally when you're trying to make it, you don't have a lot of stuff yet because you don't have a quarry. You know, once you get the quarry, then it becomes easier to make everything because you've got the quarry. Yeah, so that's my next step, at least to get enough materials to build one, and then let that kind of do its thing. Still a diamond here. Actually, there's even more diamonds over here, but I don't even really need diamonds right now. I will probably, there we go, when we get there. Another thing I'm going to do very soon is start to work with these guys, the bees, and I want to build a place to do that. So we might set up, I'm not sure. Let's see. I might like put something right here, like kind of over in this spot, like some sort of building, like a really big building that goes alongside this cliff, because there's this kind of like a cliff here that kind of goes around, and then so along the top of this, some sort of base building. I don't know what I'll put here, but I'll put something in there, and then maybe put something out here. Maybe like a farm. Probably gonna fill this in with dirt. Because this is kind of just a no man's land, and it just kind of sits out here and does nothing. Oop. Yep. So that might be a thing. I don't know. Because then I could have some pathways coming out this way, and then I'd probably just move this because this is not doing anything. And then bring out either some sort of building right here, or have a building maybe up here. Like a building up here. This would actually be kind of nice if there was something right up here. There's a creeper there. And it is turning night. So I think that'd be a good thing. I think that'd be a good way to go for now. Might need to go with some lighting, something different for lighting, because I really don't have anything. Keep moving my mouse around really fast. I'm not used to where I'm holding it, because I reconfigured for my new computer. We'll have to deal with this eventually. So oil springs, I've never really used them, but I could probably find a tank to store it in at some point. This cow is stuck. Yeah, there's still a whole bunch of bees, and I'm guessing that's going to be cool for me, but I really don't know. One of the things I will do, and I need to do, is set this up. There's actually an upgrade for these guys. It's a silver upgrade. Oh, this is easy. This is cake. It extends the range of the harvester, because the harvester only does a 3x3 range, and it also extends the range of the planter by a lot. So I want to get that, and then I'm going to make that a fully fledged farm, and I'm going to try to get it to run off itself. But we'll see how that ends up working. Because right now I'm pumping energy to it. It'd be cool if it just ran off its own power. And then I could keep all this power, isolated and separate. So there's that. And I wanted to check on one more thing. Because there isn't a setting in here. Okay, no. Let me grab all these saplings. Dump them in. Just so that it doesn't run out. For a while. A long while. The problem's going to be doing the AE system. Probably going to have to figure something out with that. I don't know what. My first idea is that I'll wire it to all the different locations, but that could be expensive in terms of materials. But it would be nice to have one centralized network. It'd be really freaking cool. And this is some nether bone from when I went to go explore the nether. That was a while ago, actually. But yeah. Let me check how much time is in the episode, and then maybe we'll go do something else, or end it here. Okay, so it looks like I am out of time. I'm going to go ahead and try to upload this. Hopefully it works. I think next time we'll do some more building around the base. And, well, I guess we didn't really do any building today. Some more looking at things. Maybe start to get towards... Maybe I'll do some investigation into bees, and we'll look at bees. Because I really don't want to go Greg Tech right away. It's just... It's a pain. It's a pain. And I've got the diamonds to do some stuff for now. So maybe we'll go that direction for a while. But anyways, again, let me know how this looks. I have no idea how it's going to look until it's up there. And it might look different on your screen. It might sound different. Make sure the quality isn't down. But anyways, yeah, more Adventure Time coming up. More videos coming up. This computer makes playing so much easier. So, until next time then.